Hi, welcome to Fashion Fab News. I'm Lina Majorga and this is Fashion Design Essentials. You know that part of designing a dress, a gown, a top, a blouse is to choose the proper and aesthetically pleasing neckline that goes well with your idea and with the design in general. That's why today I want to teach you some of the most used necklines and color styles and some styles that you maybe don't know, but definitely those are the ones that can skyrocket your fashion design to the next level. So let's face it, the neckline style is a defining factor when it comes to the overall look, so you need to keep on watching. So to start with the topic for today, you know that most of the time you may have like the overall look, how you envision the completed look. But when you're gonna sketch it out, usually it's the neckline, the color, the ones that makes you doubt. And the truth is that there are so many, guys, there are so many necklines and colors that I'm sure that you as a designer or a costumer, all of us are costumers, don't even think about all of them. It's like impossible. There are so many variations. But definitely I want to show you some of them. I want to show you the essential shapes. I want you to get familiar with the terms so you know them, and then we can move on to the ones that everyone is wearing. You know, the ones that are really trendy nowadays for this season, this year. I just think it's important to know because everyone is wearing those. Later on, we can have fun and we can learn some of the new ones, some variations that maybe can help you with your designs, make them better or worse. So let's start. Let's start with the basics, guys. So I want to start with the basics. I'm gonna start with the V-neck because we know her well. And she's basic, but not that basic like the other ones. She tries to be different, she wants to be different. And if you have a short neck or you want to show a little bit more, have a nice but moderate cleavage, she's the girl for you. And the thing is, like, this V, it forms a triangle. And I feel that this style, we are neglecting it nowadays. We're only using it for like this kind of tops, this style, or for like casual tees. But it's one of the most important, one of the basics that you need to know for your designs. And talking about V-necks and cleavage, this video is sponsored by Opera. Thank you so much. Opera, if you don't know what it is, what they are, Opera is a line of sturdy bras, and they have a moving platform within the cups, and that pushes your breasts together and up, and it gives you an amazing lift and cleavage. They also have the option to be strapless for like a special occasion. You want to wear a strapless dress, that's another neckline. So everything will be in place. They will stay in place because of the Opera bras. And you can find my 10 off discount code. It's Lina Opera 10D. I'm gonna put it in the description box below so you don't forget about it. And I want to show you the difference between a regular strapless bra and the Opera. So look at the difference with a regular strapless bra and the Opera. Good for V-necks. So talking about strapless bras, the next neckline style is the straight one, the strapless one, and it basically looks like this. She is one of the most important, and a lot of people are wearing this style nowadays, including me. And she definitely has more boobs than me. But this is the straight neckline. And why is it called straight? Because it goes across the chest in a straight line, goes from one armhole to the other armhole in a straight line, and it's one of the most important, it's one of the trendiest right now. I didn't want to include it in the trendy section because I think you need to remember it now as one of the staple ones, you know, the main ones. So this is the straight neckline. So the next one is one that we know pretty well, but this one is the jewel, crew neck, the scoop, the high neck. They're very similar, really similar. Of course, there's like a slightly detail, a variation, and that's the distance between the neckline and like the neck, like how much it's covering the neck. But they are very similar. It's a rounded neckline, a rounded shape, and I want to show you. It's surprisingly the one that I use the most, like the one that I try to avoid the most, because it's like I have the vision of my design right in my mind, and it just looks so good with everything. But then when I see the complete collection, the whole collection, I realize that all my designs have the same neckline. It looks good, but we shouldn't just think about this style, because there are so many. I'm telling you, at least 500 styles of necklines and colors. Here I'm telling you, I don't know, I'm gonna show you 10 at least. But this one is one of the most important. It has like this U shape, and this one I would call it the scoop, but the jewel is supposed to be higher, and it's supposed to leave like enough room for you to wear a necklace, so people can see your necklace. Your collarbones are there, but it's still this rounded shape. There's also the crew neck, that is the one that is like closer. Some like regular sportswear, casual t-shirts have that kind of neckline. The crew necks have that neckline. The high neck is another one that also has this shape. That one, of course, is like not choking you, but it is really close to the beginning of your neck. But same style. It has this U shape here. Please don't use this neckline for every single look. And remember, what it changes is the depth of the shape, the distance between the neck and the neckline. So the next style, I don't really own that many pieces with that neckline. Some people call it strapless as well, but it's not a strapless. I made these for a costume that I haven't worn, by the way, long time ago. But this style is called Sweetheart, and I'm telling you, some people confuse this one with the strapless because it's strapless. But the difference with the Sweetheart is that it has this like heart shape. You can see one here, one another shape here, and it's formed by two curves, and it recalls the upper part of a heart. So this one, it has so many variations. Like you can make these curves like more rounded, or you can create this neckline, have it like deep right here, have like a really sharp definition of the heart shape. And this one is really important. Also another one that we're not using that much could be because it was used so much during like the old times. Like we go to a museum, we read one of the history books, we see this neckline a lot for gowns. So maybe that's why we're not using it that much, but it's still really popular for like bridal. Yeah, this one for sure, number one, I will say, for bridal. Yeah, but I don't really own that many pieces with this neckline, but it's one of the basics. And the next neckline is one of my favorites nowadays. I don't know why, but I really like it, and I'm gonna show you this neckline color in one of my designs. This is a turtleneck that I made for my brand. This is upcycle fabric. It's cool, right? And it's available on my website linamayorga.com if you wanted limited pieces, because this fabric is upcycled. I rescued this fabric, so if you wanted to have a limited piece, exclusive piece, it's on my website. And yeah, so the neckline here is the turtleneck. We know it, Steve Jobs, we think about turtlenecks. It's basically just this style that folds over and covers the neck, and it has so many variations as well. It can be like really high. Because it's really high, it folds over more, or you can make it like really chunky. It will fall here because it's heavy, the fabric. There's so many variations. I really like this style. If you use it with like a really light fabric, it could be good for summer, sleeveless for summer. But I think it could be like elegant. You can dress it up and down, and it's really nice. Turtleneck. How I will describe turtleneck, it could be a color, to be honest, because it's a separate piece. Like the neckline is like this crew neck style, right? But we're adding this part here that covers the neck. So this is the collar, and the neckline will be crew neck, but we color turtleneck. That's the neckline that we're using because it goes high up here. So yeah, this is my design. So this is the classic color, and it's really popular. It's really nice. It's really important. Everyone wears this style, and it frames the neck really nicely. And as I said before, you can dress it up, you can dress it down, and everyone loves it. So it's really important. It has like these pointy flaps here, and the construction, that's another part. Maybe we can talk about it in another video, but it's same rounded here. But the important thing is like the color. It frames the neck because this has this separate piece. Classic shirt style, another one of the basics. So now you know the classic and most important color, that is the classic shirt color. And now you know the difference between neckline and collars. The neckline is the shape, the collar is the attachment to the neckline, to the shape that frames the neck, frames this upper part. And another color that is really famous, really important, is a Peter Pan color. And same, it's flat in design here, but the difference is that the corners, you see that the corner here is a triangle. For Peter Pan is rounded, so rounded corners, flat design as well. Of course, you know this style, so used, everyone is using this neckline. Is also called the upright neckline, I believe. And it's a type of neckline in which the cut of the bust extends the like to cover the neck. What I mean is like this part of the bust, this section right here, from here to here, is extending from the armhole to the neck. This is another of the trendy ones, trendy right here, off the shoulder. And this is one of my designs. I should have ironed it first. But yeah, this is one of the designs with upcycled fabric. I make sustainable clothing, if you didn't know. Of course, this is not leather because I'm vegan. But it's a mix with the straight neckline. It's hard for me to show you because my mannequin, you don't have arms. So, but let's think the arm is here. That looks creepy, but the arm is here. So basically the neckline, it goes across the chest as well, with the difference that it covers the arms as well. So basically this style will go from here to here, goes across the whole chest, arms. So this is the next neckline. Yeah, some people call it asymmetric because it goes from, like, right here is covering the shoulder and on this side it's not, so it's not symmetric, right? But for sure we know it as one side, like single shoulder, one shoulder top is basically going to the neck on one side, and on the other side is just like next to the armhole side, the shape, and it goes across the chest in a diagonal way. That's this popular, so trendy, so beautiful for dresses, for gowns. I love this style for gowns, for tops. Everything asymmetric is so beautiful, to be honest. The collar, this attachment here, this high neck, as you can see, it has this technique, this smoking technique. It could be ruffles, it could be pleated. We're not using these for our designs, for the fashion designs. We're not using these. These are pieces, like you see it, is unique. Like, of course the color is unique, but this is unique, creates here a beautiful like draping style. And we're not seeing this technique that much for collars. One, it's like a ruffle, but it's a little bit pleated here. Cute, feminine, romantic style that we should use more. You can use it, don't forget about it. Don't forget that basically the collar is just an attachment and you can play with it and do so many things. So the next neckline is one of the basic ones, the ones that you need to know, but I didn't want to include it in the basics because not a lot of people know the name, not a lot of people are using it, but it's definitely known, it's known, but I think we need to just like bring it more, use it more, and it can change your design so much. And it has like this elegant style. I don't know why, but it gives you like this, like, it's very popular for gowns, for blouses, tops, really feminine and classic. And it's basically the cowl. Not a lot of people know the name. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right either, but you need to use it. It's basically this extra fabric here, right? So it falls softly over the chest, creating this dropped neckline. Really nice for if you want to have a nice cleavage too. So one of the basics that you need to use more for your designs. So this is another of the styles that we're not using, the necklines that we're not using, and we can use. You can also mix, try to imagine how you will mix two different necklines with a color. You know, you can have the collar, the classic collar right here for the off the shoulder style. Really pretty, really nice. People are using it. So this style, you have a mesh top here, but the neckline, these are two different fabrics. The neckline is a sweetheart, one of the basic necklines, but with this sheer part we can see the neckline clearly. I don't know if you can see it clearly, the two rounded shapes here, but with this sheer section that goes here, high neck, scoop high neck. So mixing styles, mixing high neck with the sweetheart is another way to do it. Thinking outside of the box, and this could be so simple, but it's a cute style. Totally different if you only have the high neck, the scoop here, the crew neck. And lastly, I want to show you mine, because I'm sure that you have been like, oh, what is that you have? This is a color. This is a color, and I will call it the Mandarin color. Yeah, it's basically a standing collar and a standing piece right here. It's also called the choker collar because it's like high neck, really close here. Could be higher too. And the Mandarin style, it derives from a Western name, from the Mandarin, a uniform that they used, the bureaucrats. And it has a history, of course. And I think like for this style, for this blouse, is really cute. And always try to think outside of the box. There's so many necklines. You can, if you need my help, please leave a comment below if you don't know the name of a specific neckline. If I'm missing one that you think that is like basic, one of the basic ones that I'm probably missing, because there are like 500 styles. And everything is about the height, it's just like the how deep it is or not, how close to the neck, how like if it goes across the chest, across the shoulders, across the arms. So many options, but those are the ones that I think you need to know, the ones that are trendy nowadays, the terms that you really need to know for your fashion designs. And of course, think about it when you're designing. We don't want just scoop necks for every single style. You need to have different styles, different necklines, and different colors. So I really hope you like this video. It's different. I think I'm gonna keep doing these kind of videos because as a fashion designer, this is good for me, this is good for you to learn. To maybe you already knew this, but I'm reminding you, and you're like, oh yeah, that neckline, maybe that goes well with this dress that I'm designing instead of this other normal neckline, basic neckline. So think about outside, like think outside of the box and use these necklines. Please leave me a comment in the section below if you wanna subscribe and give it a like to this video. I'll appreciate that so much. Don't forget that I have a discount code for the Obras here, and follow me on social media. Fashion Fab News on Instagram, Fashion Fab News on the Snapchat, Fashion Fab News my blog, of course. My Instagram, please. I'm always there. So much content there. If you want to see more of my brand, lina.majorga, that's my Instagram. My website, linamajorga.com. Remember, I have some pieces available if you want to buy them. I'm gonna leave all the information in the description box, and stay tuned. Don't forget to subscribe, follow me. I'm gonna keep making videos of this nature. And I'm Lina Majorga, and I hope to see you really soon. Till next time.